Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are well. Let's start a revision of the chapter Weavers, Iron Smelters, and Factory Owners. Before the colonial period, India it was the industrial workshop of the world. From the 19th century onwards, trade and industries in India took a downward turn. Weaving has always been an integral part of the Indian civilization since the Harappan civilization. In the 18th century, weavers excelled in this craft, and India was one of the largest exporters of textiles in the world. Indian textiles had long been renowned for their quality and exquisite craftsmanship. There were several port cities on the eastern, like as Masulipatam, Vishakhapatnam, and Calcutta, through which the cotton clothes were exported towards the southeastern Asian countries. And on the western coast of India, Bombay and Surat were preferably used for the export of cotton clothes towards Europe and Arabian countries. Export of textiles. From the eastern coast, the cloth was exported to the Malay, Indonesia, and the Far East. From the western coast, the cloth was exported to Europe and Arabia. The English East India Company came to India to trade in Indian goods, and slowly it occupied our nation. Afterwards, afterwards the battles of 1757 and 64. The British English East India Company established their rule in India, and in late 18th century, the company was buying the goods in India and exporting them to England and Europe. It made the huge profits through the trade because they purchased the material from Indian subcontinent at the low cost and exporting towards the European countries and earn the maximum profits. But in uh, beginning of the 19th century, Britishers changed their policies. They purchased the material not for the other European countries. They basically purchased the raw cotton at a low cost in India and manufactured the cotton clothes in a cotton textile industries of England. Afterwards, those cotton clothes sold in Indian markets at the high rates. It was more beneficial as compared to the trade of cotton or the other products towards other countries of the Europe. Mechanized production of cotton textiles made British the foremost industrial nation in the 19th century. The steady growth of the iron and steel industry in the British gave its distinction of being the workshop of the world. Preferably, the Britishers they emphasize over the Indian textiles because India it was the world's largest producer of cotton textile because of existing conditions, climatic conditions, and availability of black soils in a western parts of a country. Before conquering the parts of a Bengal, Britishers they basically exported the cotton towards Europe and other countries. Indian textiles were well known for its fine quality and exquisite craftsmanship. They were exported to the Southeast Asian countries like as Java, Sumatra, Malay, Indonesia, Penang, and Western Central Asia also. Mostly the Indian clothes which were demanded in European countries, these were the chintz, Coasis, Bandhana, Kasim Bazar, Patna, Calcutta. These are some of the types of the cotton clothes which were highly demanded in European countries, like other as a calico. The term calico, it was given on the name of a place as a Calicut by the Portuguese. Portuguese given as that name to the calico. Other as a Muslim, it was a finely woven cotton cloth that was made in India, particularly in Bengal. Muslim fetched huge profits for the European traders as it was in great demand, especially among the women. Next, as the bandana. Bandana. Bandana word, it was derived from the bandhani. Bandhani means as a tie and dye process. It was a kind of a brightly colored cotton cloth. It got its name from the bandhana, which means as a tying up. Bandhani cloth is produced through a special method called tie and dye process. It was and is even today produced mostly in our parts of Rajasthan and Gujarat. When the Portuguese first came to India, they took back with them cotton cloth along with the spices. This cotton cloth they known as the Calico, named after the town of Calicut on the Kerala coast where they sailed down at first. Another famous Indian cotton textile, especially used in a European countries as a chintz. The word chintz, CHINTZ, the word chintz, the word chintz is basically derived from the Hindi vocabulary of chint. It is a cloth with the small, colorful, flowery designs. It was in a great demand in England and Europe for its floral designs, fine texture, and relative cheapness. Rich people had Indian chintz on their walls and on their tables for the decorational purposes. Next one is the Industrial Revolution and the textile production. Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution. And textile production. Textiles production. Industrial Revolution, it began in European countries around the 16th century. 16th century, but in India it was begun in the mid of the 19th century. Industrial Revolution to the efforts of the Britishers. To the efforts of under this Industrial Revolution, the first industries which came into existence in all over the world, it was in London as a cotton textiles. As cotton textiles. The Industrial Revolution in England introduced the new machines like the steam engine, the spinning jenny, water frame, cotton gin, and a power loom. These inventions led to the greater efficiency in the British textile industries. In order to harness these new machines and further improve and mechanize production, a new technique of production called as the factory system was introduced. Textiles thus ceased to be produced on a small scale at a home by the part-time workers rather than the full-time workers went to the work in a building called a factory, which was owned by a person who invested the capital, means as a money to set up the factory. Workers were paid wages by the factory owners, being mechanized and carried out with the help of a large number of machines. Productions increased manifold. Increased manifold. The English textile producers found it difficult to compete with the Indian textiles since they prevented the entry of the Indian textiles into the England. The English textile producers started the printing the Indian designs on white muslin or plain unbleached Indian cloth, which was highly demanded in European and American countries. To overcome the stiff competition from Indian textiles in the European market, the English weavers invented the new machines to make the clothes as the cheaper. Industrial Revolution, which was decline in an Industrial Revolution. Now the decline in Industrial Revolution. After the Industrial Revolution, Britain started as producing machine-made textiles that were much cheaper and better in quality than the traditional Indian textiles. The Charter Act of 1813, Charter Act of 1813 ended the English East India Company's monopoly over a trade. It opened the doorways for the other kind of materials which can be as export and import towards the India from Europe towards the India as a directly. The Indian textile industry did not have the advantages of the mechanization, nor the factory system which introduced by the Britishers in England. By the beginning of the 19th century, England made the cotton textiles successfully outstudied Indian Indian goods from their traditional markets in Africa and Asia as well as America and Europe. English and European materials, these were exported towards the English and European materials, these were exported towards India for its high demand by the Indian rulers. Get it? The colonization and the conquest of India by the British resulted in the destruction of the Indian textile industry through the process of deindustrialization. 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 When the new large-scale industries, these were the came into existence in India, it ruined the weavers, local traditional producers of a cotton cloth. Why? Because mostly the large scale of raw cotton, it was occupied by the large scale cotton textile industries of Bombay, Surat, and Ahmedabad. It makes as a deficiency for the weavers to obtain the cotton and manufacture the cotton cloth. This was leads as a deindustrialization in India. Industrialization in England, it leads as a deindustrialization in India. The British government adopted the certain coercive policies which affected the Indian textile. The company agents forced the farmers to sold their cotton, raw cotton directly to the company, not even to the others, but because they were basically dependent on a company officials to obtain the funds, to obtain the capital as a loan. The destruction of many local Indian courts and the loss of royal patronage proved to be a major setback to the textile industry. As the Indian ruling class lost its political power and its economic status, it was also unable to patronize the weavers and craftsmen who were now forced to seek other means of livelihood. In Britain, when the traditional artisans were displaced by the industrial revolution, the government made the provisions to absorb them into the new factories which had come up. However, in India, English East India Company did not make any such provisions for change in trade from India.